I'm just gonna finish setting stuff up here and then we should be good to go. You guys have a productive week here? Almost halfway through, well, we're halfway through January now. Time moves so fast. Let's see, we should be good to go. Make sure that we're streaming on all the right channels. There you go. I think we're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Let's keep this open. Go over here. Yeah, so welcome to Thursday. Someone said hola, and I say hola back. See how that's going there. Sean Malone. Got someone else. Okay, well, let's see here. Yeah, so how has everyone's week been so far?
Not too bad. Just trying to still figure everything out. I still have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, man, high level is a beast, right? There's a lot of stuff in there. Um, where are you at right now? Like where are you what are you trying to get done?
To be honest with you, I'm still learning the ins and outs of everything and how to connect everything and the list and all the automations. Um, to be honest with you, I haven't even really got my first client. I'm trying to play around with it for my business, my ice cream business, and
Okay, yep.
I think we spoke in the past. So I think I'm going to be ready to implement your system and then try to promote it to other businesses, other restaurants.
Yeah, absolutely. Um we've got a pretty solid base started for that restaurant snapshot. I've got it testing with a couple of clients right now just to make sure everything is going smoothly there. We've got three different promotions running. We've got an in-house promotion with print QR code. We've got a print campaign that they've sent out, and then we've also got um Facebook ads running to the thing as well, to track all those promotions now. I was talking with Michael earlier today. Michael, I think is Wiggins. And we were just trying to discuss more about capturing transactions, the transaction amount. After, and he had a couple ideas. I asked him to jump on today, so maybe that'd be something that we could discuss. But being able to after somebody redeems a coupon or does something like that, how do we capture those transactions? And the way that we have it set up right now is that after they redeem a coupon in the system, we send them a text message 60 minutes later asking them for what they spent on the transaction. Um, just to kind of follow up with them. And it's been working well so far. Um, and not everybody does it, so you don't capture every transaction, but it's still we're still trying to work and take the work out of the staff's hands to try and record that transaction, especially if we're trying to make things move as smoothly as possible. But that's kind of where that's at. Yeah, so I am I'll give you a quick update. What we've been working over the last couple of days is I know I mentioned before that the loyalty rewards, like the big box store, kind of Amazon card, kind of like Starbucks, those are the two I always remember, is something that we've been working on, and we're integrating with a system called Tango Cards, which is kind of cool because you can take that system and as an agency, you can manage the entire rewards process for your customers. And I'll just share my screen really quick and kind of give you a preview of kind of what this system is. This is just the back end sandbox that we're working in right now, but you can create different customer groups. And then inside those customer groups, you can inside those customer groups, you can give rewards. So inside of here is kind of cool because you can see all the reward options that once you give somebody a gift card, they can come here and basically decide what they want to use the gift card for. I think you can possibly even limit it to a certain number of ones, but there's so many different gift cards in here that it's going to be a cool system for giving out whatever kind of gift cards you want. And we're building the whole API integration to go from a high level webhook directly to here. And then this will email out the gift card to that customer. Now, one of the reasons why this one has been chosen was because they do a thing where if you're giving out a gift card and somebody doesn't redeem it, then you don't get charged for it, kind of thing. So even if somebody redeems points, because I think that's like what are the stats, like 50% of gift cards don't ever get redeemed, kind of thing. Maybe it's not that high, but um the idea is, yeah, you can give out those gift cards, and if they don't ever redeem it, then you're not just putting money into like Starbucks pockets or whatever kind of thing. So once they actually go to redeem it, then it gets deducted from the account. So that's kind of cool. But we're building that, so got the back end of that kind of thing all rolling here, and just need to complete get it all finished up and tested so that everybody can get using it as well. So that's cool. Yeah, and then yeah, then I just wanted to have a quick discussion if anybody had any thoughts about collecting transactions for restaurants or how that might work out better for some customers. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions on that. And other than that, I'm happy to answer any questions anybody has going forward for today.
So,
Hi,
so
Jason.
just, I'm
Hi,
sorry.
everyone.
Oh, I can raise my hand. I'm sorry.
All right, Viju, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. Thank you very much for asking. What about you?
I'm doing good. Today is Thursday. I just the week flies. It's crazy.
Yes, it is indeed. Quick question, just a short one. If probably no, you've noticed the high level introduced that WhatsApp,
Yes,
right?
WhatsApp. Yeah.
The You can send messages now through WhatsApp. Uh, can we insert the trigger links in WhatsApp messages? Because that will go to like let me just write it down. Let me just read it because I have. You need to send a template to Meta to be approved. So what do we do? Because
Oh, that's a
we
good
have
question.
that trigger links in some words that we have in the emails. Click
I
here to
haven't e-
open the panel.
I haven't even looked into WhatsApp. I know it's there and I see the trigger there. But so you're saying that in order to use WhatsApp, you need to create a template and then have that sent to Meta to be approved?
Yeah, yeah, that's how it's working. So for WhatsApp business, you need to, just for marketing purposes, and you don't Meta don't want to send messages to people for spamming or
Right.
whatever. So they need to approve that. Probably they have an AI or something which approves your template. You can still use custom values like name or something,
Hmm. Good
and you can
question.
manage
Good
it.
question. I don't really know. I haven't even looked into WhatsApp yet. And I was just assuming that because I've seen it in the workflows that we can just send it out. But um
Does that works with the system works with SMS?
yeah, so you should be able to. So like I'm just gonna go here. And sorry, I don't know anything about the having to get your location. Here I'm just going to go into this workflow anyways, or getting the template approved. So I'll look into that, especially for Tuesday, so I can maybe have a better idea of what's going to happen there. I know in here we have the WhatsApp message that we can
Yeah. There you go. Select the template.
select templates. So then how do we create a template? Would it be under
Do
marketing?
you just go to settings,
Yep.
WhatsApp, there you go, beta,
Oh yeah, okay, there we go.
and That's not the right one. Okay, that is loading. Okay. Um, okay, so you haven't activated that yet.
No, this is just a dummy account right here. What I'm on, kind of just one of our testing accounts.
Sure,
So,
sure, sure.
um,
If you want, I can share my screen showing you mine.
yeah, sure.
Uh, just give
Go
me a
ahead.
second.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So it's $30 a month to use WhatsApp.
No, actually, it's not.
It's not?
I thought about that too, but if you go to the sub account,
Yep.
high level, it's putting a price on top of that just for you to make a profit. Let's say you are
Oh, okay.
using it as a SaaS, it's $30 in total, but in fact, it's $10 just for you. You just need to go to the sub account and on that option where you also charge for
Yeah.
WordPress or whatever, just change the price to $10 and that's it.
Oh, okay. So I can just go into this, go back into the agency view and then go to my
Yeah, basically, yeah. And
testing
just remove
account.
that 299 to that 29.99 and that's it. So after you enter the, pay that $10,
Yep.
will direct you to a page where you log into Facebook, create an account, a business account for WhatsApp, and also you need to have another phone number that does not have a WhatsApp account, right? So it's like fresh, brand new.
Okay.
You attach that to, well, actually, it doesn't need to be fresh, brand new, but you don't need to have a WhatsApp account. If you have one, just delete it.
Oh, okay.
Connect to this one, but after that, it's just go here at templates and create a template. But that's where I, that's where I am.
So if you create a template and have you tried creating one yet?
No, but I created another on another account, just straight from Meta.
Yep.
I know basically the steps. You're creating a template, you are waiting for 24 hours, and it's saying if it's approved or not.
Okay.
And with that template, as I mentioned, you can use variables such as there you go. You can uh, there with 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. So that you can like,
Number one, yeah, can be just name, right, or email, whatever.
yeah.
You can map it here basically. But
And then adding variables there. So, oh, that's interesting. And then, so you must be able to use if you add a variable, can you pick a trigger link as a variable?
well, let's see.
Because what I've seen, what we've done in the past too, is put a trigger link in a custom value. So take the actual trigger link ID and put that in a custom value, and that's worked before. To not necessarily saying for this, but um
And do we have here a custom value with the trigger link named something?
no, we haven't made no, isn't one in there, but I was just wondering if it's
I see.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go take a look at this and see what would enter sample content be?
Well, I have no idea. I'm. Oh, there you go. Just you can see it here.
Oh, okay.
Sample content.
Okay,
Uh,
that's totally
I
interesting.
is
Is and then put bracket one. Yeah. And then you can set it as a custom value or sample content.
yeah.
So what I've seen in the past is, and I mean this is something to play around with, I suppose, is setting it up for um putting a trigger link value in a custom value. And then you can throw that custom value in any spot, and then it should also throw the trigger link in there too. It should paste the trigger link in there when you do email or when you do the message. So I wonder if that would work since it doesn't seem like you can pull a trigger link directly from here.
Yeah, probably we cannot. Just as you said, maybe we can try that on with putting a trigger link into custom value.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah,
a work,
well,
right? Okay. Maybe we can do that for later. I
yeah,
suppose.
that's something we can play around with and then see how that works. I'll go and sign up for um WhatsApp in one of our accounts here today, probably one of our main marketing accounts, and test around with how to send messages out of there. I haven't played around with the template at all, but that I would say that might work is putting the trigger link in a custom value and then being able to map the custom value there for the URL. And then we'd have to see how that gets sent out or what would happen there.
But if you do the trigger link into a custom value, that doesn't mean in the body will basically show something like trigger dot something like
Yeah,
this.
that's the only problem. So it seems like it's more like SMS because it's not like you can have a link in here and then create a URL and put the URL value like the URL value into you know what I mean?
You, I've sent before WhatsApp messages, and I know for sure you can do just normal links HTTPS.
Mhm. But I'm saying like having a button on there that says click here, kind of like
Oh,
an
you can
email,
actually
do a click here and then
well, actually, on the WhatsApp, like the original one,
yeah,
the on Meta, you can have something like this with a button, but
maybe
not
not through
why
here.
it's not showing here.
If you create
Uh,
a template in Meta, can you pull that in? Will high level pull those templates in?
have no idea.
Yeah, no, me either. Good questions to have though. That's cool though. Yeah, I know WhatsApp's there. I just assumed it was more like SMS where you can just drop it in there. I didn't realize there was a couple hoops to jump through in order to do it.
Okay, I will have a look into.
Okay. Well, you and I will chat some more about it and see what we end up coming with, and I'll give people an update on Tuesday here. We'll figure something out.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Martin,
Hey,
how are things
Jason.
going?
Good. You?
Doing really good.
I was just going to ask, can you restate your question regarding the restaurants? And I could probably give some feedback.
Oh yeah, so one of the questions like we've this has kind of come up more and more and we already have a little bit of a system for it, but one of the things that we're talking about is capturing the transaction amount after somebody redeems a coupon. Now, it doesn't have to be specifically for a restaurant, it could be retail or whatever. Just kind of giving an idea of how much people are spending, and the idea and the reason behind that is if we can kind of even get a few people to say how much they've spent, we can kind of average it out over however many people have redeemed a coupon and kind of give an ROI for the campaign or that coupon, right?
Mhm.
So we're just trying to we were just discussing over the last few days really what is the best way and what are other ways that we could capture that transaction amount. Right now, the way we do it is 60 minutes after they redeem a coupon, we send a message out asking them to reply with the transaction amount, and then we capture and save that transaction amount. The other ideas have been going to a form after they redeem a coupon or having the server staff enter a transaction amount, but that requires them to have like either be scanning a QR code or something like that in order to do it on their phone or whatever device they have.
Right. Okay. Um, I guess I would just say yes, I'd be interested in whatever solution, and I'll think more through it in terms of how to capture it, because I too would like to be able to. I'm coming from it. I didn't realize that that's where you were going, but I like the idea of being able to generate points even from the transaction amount. Um,
Yeah. So we have in the latest version, let me go here, and it's been there for a while, but we did put, if you have to check to see if you have this version in there, but we did do a transaction amount automation inside of the automations here. So I think it's under reward
Okay.
system. There is a give points per transaction amount example, which you can enable or use. It just kind of depending on how you want to give points, right? Because right now we give points for different things. Now, if you wanted to do this, so what we're doing is having a customer come in some way. So this is could be after if you can hook up to their POS, or if you're doing it through Stripe, or if you're doing it through high level, having this workflow triggered here. And then being able to see what we have is we created a couple of different custom fields. We have a transaction amount custom field, which is just the transaction amount that just happened. So if that field is not empty, then we're going to proceed over here. If so then what we're doing is we're taking that transaction amount, and for some reason here we're dividing it by 100, which is basically giving them this was, yeah, it should be like one, dividing it
Are
by
you
one.
showing?
So this would be like $1 per point kind of thing. Oh, I should share my
Are you?
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always do that. Okay, so in here, so we have a trigger bringing somebody in here. We have a condition checking to see what their transaction amount is. And if that transaction amount is not empty, then we're going to proceed down this left side. We're going to divide that transaction amount by one, which is just taking that transaction amount. Now, you could divide it, you can multiply it. Like if you wanted to give 1,000 points per dollar, you can
Mhm.
multiply it by 1,000 kind of thing. And then what that would do is, yeah, so every dollar they spent, they get 1,000 points. And then we're going to update the reward transaction points field that we have here too. So the transaction amount, this is the transaction points. And if we hit save there, then what we're doing is we're sending a webhook to the system here. It just has a location ID that rewards transaction points custom field is going in there. And then we're doing the give points action and passing the contact ID along with it there. And
Okay. Perfect.
what this workflow will do will give them, so the way we have this one set up now is they'll give them 1,000 points per dollar. Based on whatever transaction, whatever way we can pass that transaction amount into high level from here. Now, that could be um that could be a dollar, like dollar amount from the loyalty card thing. That could be something that gets put into a field from when a staff member like checks somebody out or something like that. It's kind of open at the moment. If there's a way to integrate it with somebody's POS, then that's a way to do it. When we first built this here, like it was about a month and a half ago, we put this in. I was talking with somebody who's working in the trucking industry, and their client who has they're creating an integration for their POS system, which after somebody checks out there, it would send the total amount over to high level and then trigger this workflow, which would give them a point per dollar.
Yeah, but it's going to depend. There's going to be so many differences in POS systems that we'll have to individualize it.
Yeah, that's one of the things somebody asked the other day was in a high level group I saw they were like, has anybody integrated with like what POS systems, right? And everyone was like, good luck. Basically,
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
yeah, there's hundreds of them out there, and lots of them are closed. Like if you go with I was actually talking with somebody who has an integration with Toast. They have they don't have an integration with Toast. They have like the developer license to build an integration with Toast. And the only reason and the way they got it was they actually got it before COVID happened. So it sounds like over COVID and during that high level kind of, or not high level, but Toast, for example, shut off their integrations and they're not accepting any more integration partners. We've applied a couple times to try and get in there, and they keep saying no. But we did find somebody who had. What are you doing? No, you're like trying to sneak into the picture.
Michael Wiggins is in the waiting.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay. Let me see here. Oh, here, I'll just admit him right there. Oh, that's yeah. Michael and I were having the chat about uh these transaction amounts. Or yeah,
Gotcha.
capturing the transaction.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm still getting my demo account set up, so I haven't gotten to the workflows yet.
No problem. Yeah, no, that all good to ask questions though. So, yeah, so there is, if we can pass the transaction amount into high level, we can trigger this workflow and give people points for every dollar they spend. And there's an example of how to do it inside of the workflows right now.
Ooh.
Hey, Michael, sorry, didn't see you in the waiting room there.
All good. Thanks for letting me in. Glad to be here.
Yeah, no problem. We were discussing what you and I were discussing was just different ways to maybe capture those transactions, that transaction amount after somebody redeems a coupon or checks out through a system or whichever. Um, did you have any, I know you had a couple thoughts on it. You mentioned something about after they redeem a coupon, maybe going to a form or what were your
Yeah.
thoughts?
It's so all like ideally all or as much of the friction uh it's tough, right? I think it's a balance between removing friction uh, for the business owner or
Yeah,
the person at the register. Um because I feel like with all the POS like sort of apparatus, all the tablets and whatever, and all the traffic in the store, it's a lot to ask them to go and like type multiple things and search multiple
right.
pages, whatever. Um, and I also think it's a bit much and probably low reliability to depend on the user to like redirect to another form, input something in. So
Yeah, yeah, no,
I was
sorry, go
wondering
ahead.
if there was like if we could keep them on the same page. Um, instead, I don't know if they're like it's obviously JavaScript heavy, but if the form could like return a coupon code and or like beneath somewhere in that same experience we expose an input field to capture the ticket like the order
Yeah,
value but that would obviously require there's back and forth where the clerk has to see the coupon to like verify whatever that they've redeemed that they're in the system,
yeah.
and then they have to deduct the value of the order based on the coupon amount or whatever, and then feed back the ticket. It's a lot. I don't have any beyond
Yeah. Um, so um depends if you're doing a percentage off or if you're just doing one-off kind of thing, or if you're giving like 2-for-1 appetizers, or if you're giving something like that, especially for a restaurant, 2-for-1 appetizers works really well. Buy one entree, get one for free kind of thing, or we've done buy one, get one for 50%. That works all right as well. Buy one pizza, get another pizza for free. Um, the 2-for-1 things right now, with one of our clients, we're running a buy one beer, get a beer for a penny. That seems to be working well too. And then also just get a free appetizer when you come in. So having a button in their POS system that allows them to comp that coupon or whatever seems to be good enough on their end. Now, the way we have it set up is with them, and I mean this could happen. We could ask for the transaction amount directly after they check out. I'm gonna go to just show this one here. So the way it is, let's go to contacts probably. Let's go there from my link. So inside here, so what we're doing here is, hey, Jason, thank you for redeeming your coupon for your first pint for $1. Really means a lot to us that you choose us. Well, if you don't mind, would you hit reply and let us know how much you spent on your meal today when you redeem the coupon? And then they can hit reply. And then it just says, thank you for your update. Have a great rest of your day. That is one way we were doing it. And then capturing the transaction amount, which in our experience, I've seen a lot of other restaurant marketing systems, even using Messenger, do the same kind of thing, waiting till after they redeem their coupon and then asking them for their transaction amount. The reason why we want to wait a little bit of time is because they could redeem this coupon and then I don't have it in here, but they could redeem the coupon, and then if they redeem that coupon but they're not checking out, then we're catching them at the wrong time. So I guess there's kind of a balance of trying to catch them at the right time as well. Back here, just thought someone was messaging.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, so what it's worked out well in the past with different systems that we've created and done there, where we do ask them for that transaction amount, and you maybe get like 20% of the customers actually replying with how much they spent. But then what we do with that is we just kind of average it out and say, okay, so we've had 20, out of 100 customers who come in, 20 have replied with how much they spent. So we're going to take the total transactions that they all spent, divided by 20, because that's who's replied, and then multiply it by, everyone who's redeemed, which would be 100. So yeah, so say on average they all spent or let's say that's super low, but let's say they all spent $20, then we can multiply it by, 100, and then say, okay, on average, this campaign so far has probably brought in about $2,000 into your restaurant. And the restaurant owners I've talked with about it, for the most part, seem fine with that. They know it's an average and kind of because not everyone is going to reply with their transaction amount. The only way I think that we could do it and have it more consistent is either by having a tablet for at checkout, where they punch in the person's phone number, punch in how much they spent, and hit submit. That's probably be the most accurate, but it's also going to be the most like work intensive for the staff.
I wonder if this just hit me right now like a ton of bricks, although it may not be that brilliant of an epiphany. Well, what if we somehow asked for a photo of a receipt? Again, that's introducing more manual labor to look up the image. If they're sending us an image, like humans got to find that, parse that, again, manually input that.
We could, was it you who mentioned that maybe we can give them incentive for giving the transaction amount, like
Yes.
hey, giving them the next coupon, hey, yeah, give us a transaction amount and we'll give you, free dessert or something like that on your next visit or something.
It sounds a little bit, I don't know. I'm introducing another step, more friction, but it's like maybe it's, if you actually want to see the points credited to your account for this purchase, you need to reply with the ticket amount in order to redeem the points. But I don't know. What do you think about that?
That's something that could be done too. I'd have to see how we do that on our end. So you'd probably just have to do that through, you'd have to do that through a workflow. Okay, so that would work. I'm just trying to think about that. That would work mostly if you were redeeming the coupon, having them redeem a coupon, plus giving them points once they redeemed a coupon. So let's say for example, for a restaurant, you had get a free appetizer plus earn 500 loyalty points or something like that. I think that would work. Otherwise you'd have to create a promotion that gives them points when they redeem that promotion. Do you
I
know what I
acknowledge
mean? Because they're kind of two different things, I suppose.
giving them points in addition to like
Yeah,
Yeah,
giving
that's
them a
that's just
discount.
what I'm saying there is
Yeah,
like
that
yeah, a
they
bit much. I
they
acknowledge.
shouldn't get points when they're redeeming.
right.
Unless you're just like tracking, I don't know, I'm like creating all sorts of complexity
All
and
scenarios.
No,
That's good though.
but it,
yeah, I think that's good.
is there some level of gamification here where like you're one of our most like loyal customers, you know, although you got a coupon and a discount on your last visit, you know, you still spent
You
$35 and like you know, I don't know, maybe you don't get credits towards point, you know, the dollars off or percentage off your next purchase. Your lifetime accumulated dollars spent here is still tracked, and like I don't know, maybe that's a leaderboard somewhere and people are
could
proud of that.
totally do that too. Um, yeah, that's a whole other, not a whole other can of worms, but yeah, we could totally do that.
I saw. I'm just out
All
of
we
left
have to
field.
do is, um, all we'd have to do is give them points for that so they could track it. But, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, instead of, I didn't want to interrupt your train of thought, but on the giving of points, what if on their either POS system or their receipting, they had a barcode to where then it would be upon the customer to scan that at that point in order to get the points. That way,
Yeah,
there's no manual labor that has to occur afterwards.
yeah, I mean we've thought about that before too, and I think we were doing something similar with the loyalty card, where we could give points for they could hold up a basically a QR code which would have a certain like number of stamps to it, and then they
Hmm.
could scan that and then get points for those stamps. Um, Yeah, so it all depend on if you're also, so you could do points per visit, you could do points for redeeming a coupon. I mean, all those things can be done and they can all be done through an automation because we already have, so every time they redeem any kind of coupon, so that's going to tell us that they were definitely in. After they redeem that coupon, then we can give them points or do whatever we want with it. So we're just gonna go find the redeem. Oh
The
yeah.
other thing I was thinking, I just thought of in terms of when you're sending either an email or text to them, have it to where maybe that email's pulling or generating a barcode for whatever amount of the transactions in there that they could scan.
The only problem with that is we have to make it a single use.
Right, right, right.
It'd have to be a single use
Absolutely.
with like a QR code or something like that where they can scan it multiple times. Um, yeah, we'd have to make it a single use type thing. But I mean that's possible too. So um I don't know if yeah, I don't know if there's no way to guarantee that the customer is going to give their transaction amount every time that they go and check out.
Right.
We do see 25% of the people who redeem their coupons are uh giving it like pretty consistently. And yeah, if we just send them a text, what we that like again, what we've been doing now is just sending them a text message asking them for how much they spent and they just punch in like $125 or they punch in $80 kind of thing, and then we capture that um in the system. So then we know how much. And if you wanted to give points off that, you could 100% do that. Um, give points per transaction amount that way, but we could also just give points per like visit kind of thing. Hey, you visited us today, we'll give you points for that too. And that's just another way of when they redeem that coupon, we know that they visited too. So I think I like the incentivizing somebody to do something rather than, well, I don't know.
Hoping and
Because
praying.
we could add them to another campaign, right? You could create another campaign that says Well, there was a great video from Gary Vaynerchuk, and he was with like a restaurant guy, and they were talking about how they get customers to come back more often. And like somebody comes in for the first time, um, give them some suggestions, give them treat them very well, and then give them a coupon for the next time they come in. And then when the next time they come in, they have that coupon, then we give them another coupon to come back again, because we want the same customer to come back 2 or 3 times, right? Once they come back 3 or more times, then they're most likely going to be a customer for life. So getting that person to keep coming back in, so giving them incentives to come in again the next time. So if we can do the transaction amount and say, hey, we'll give you another coupon or add you to, you'll see this promotion in your thing. Hey, we're giving you a free dessert kind of thing. Now we're giving you 2-for-1 entrees kind of thing. Next time you come in, and then just have them keep coming in that way too. It's kind of a good thing.
Did I catch that right? That if they return 2 or 3 times, there's some increased likelihood that they'll continue.
Yeah, I think the statistics say if a customer returns to a restaurant 3 times, then they're going to be a customer for life. Like they'll keep coming back.
Very interesting. I heard this statistic recently from like the restaurant some association business something or other about the lifetime value of the average restaurant patron being
Yep.
$6,000.
$6,000. Yep. So the lifetime value of a customer. So if you can get that customer to come in and keep coming in over their lifetime, they're going to spend about $6,000 in that restaurant.
So
Awesome.
last little tidbit, last little idea for you, and then I'll go back on mute.
Okay.
One thing that I've also experimented with is there tends to be like 2 or 3 different folks in the restaurant who are sort of manning the register.
Yeah.
But it's like reliable. There's like this only a select few. And what I've done is I've added a custom. I don't know what the term. I forget what the term is inside Go Ahead Level, but you might know. You send a custom message to an internal user, to an internal contact, notifying them whatever. If there's some value in avoiding the tablet, or like searching a dashboard or an input field, which I admit is like the whole value of your product, Jason. But if it's simpler for the clerk person to respond to a text on a phone in a workflow, right? Maybe there's something, or even just having that in the text message history with like your phone number. But again, there's added costs, the SMS costs.
I think that's fine though. I like that idea of being able to, if you have a staff member who's responsible for that, it would send them a text message or an internal notification asking them how much that transaction was. I don't know. It's probably not the same everywhere. I know here, almost every single restaurant that you go to, you don't go somewhere to pay. They bring the machine right to your table and you pay. They just bring you your receipt. They print off the receipts at wherever they print them off. They bring all the receipts to the table, and then they just pass the machine around, and they take all the payments right at the table.
I feel like that's not, in my experience in the US, that's perhaps not a standard. I have experienced that around here, but it's not routine, at least I've seen. But that is cool. I like that.
Yeah, in Canada, it's like pretty much standard. Like you pay right at your table. So they come around with the mobile checkout thing, and they put your card in and you pay, and right there, and you're good to go. But yeah, I'm up for making whatever works here. So I mean, maybe we'll just have to have more of a discussion about that. And I mean, if there's something that you think about, hey, I have one client that we can do it this way, then let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's put it together and test it and see what happens.
Sounds good. All right.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else has any thoughts or comments, or Nathan just joined us. So hello, Nathan.
Maybe to plant a seed on those future conversations is maybe thinking about kind of Starbucks model where you have a card that already has a balance on it, or their
Yeah,
phone has the information in terms of what's going to get redeemed. So that could be scanned in by whoever's at the business or the restaurant.
that would have to go right into their POS system, but I like that. It just made me think of, they could prepay online and then we just track their transactions
Yep.
every time they check out. But that would have to be tied in directly with their point of sale system so that
Right.
the staff would put the number how much they spent in right there, or have a separate system on the side where they can scan those reward cards and or not the reward cards but the prepaid cards. It's really interesting though that Starbucks did that. I was reading an article about it where I mean there's I think even up here we have Tim Hortons, and there's a bunch of different places that started implementing the same thing, basically turning themselves into a bank kind of
Yep.
thing, turning themselves into a financial institution because now people are putting money in their bank account with Starbucks kind of thing, and then being able to withdraw that for coffee. But Starbucks makes a ton of money off of the interest and everything that they get to take, because people are putting all that money onto their prepaid cards.
And they
So,
don't pay interest to users, right?
yeah, no, they don't. No, you just
It's
have the
a
money sitting there so that it's more
giant revenue
convenient
center. That's brilliant. Yeah, yeah.
to
I
pay.
love
But
that.
Samsung's takes, or not Samsung, yeah, Starbucks can take that money, put it in investment accounts or whatever, and be getting 5-10% interest back on all that money that's saved in their accounts.
That's like what's the movie The Founder about the Kroc brothers? I know Ray
Oh,
Kroc
Koch brother,
coming
yeah.
in.
Yep.
That's like, you know, at the same level of buying the land underneath the restaurants and
Right.
taking over McDonald's. It's brilliant. I love that sort of thing.
Well, we have I have a friend who started, or I know somebody who used to hang out with in Saskatchewan back there. They started a brand of t-shirts called Ten Tree, and the whole thing that they did was they said that they'd plant 10 trees for every shirt that they sold or every product they sold, right?
Thank you.
And then what they would do though, and they didn't tell anybody this, they would take the the carbon tax credits that they would get for planting the trees and then resell those back to resell that back to corporations who needed the tax credits.
That's what great.
So I think I know it's out there, but yeah, that's what. And I've talked with a few different companies who are like promoting themselves as these green companies and doing green eco things, but then they're taking the tax credits that they get from that, and then yeah, reselling it to oil companies and companies who are polluting and whatever like that, so that they can use them towards offsetting their balances.
That's definitely a bummer.
It's interesting. Yeah, no,
Once the tree goes in the ground, I'm sure, or at least I bet that's their rationale. Yeah.
yeah. So it's just, yeah, it's a way to get those. And I've talked with a few different companies who do yeah, they're doing something where they're generating tax credits, like the carbon tax credits, and then yeah, reselling those. They're not telling people that they're reselling them to the corporations because they want to be like, oh, we're like net zero, blah blah blah, whatever. But then yeah, all the tax credits that they generate from everything that happens, yeah, going back to the corporations so they can do more polluting, I guess. Anyhow, so many different back end business things. Yeah, okay, so cool. So that's I don't know if anybody else has any questions for me today about how to get things rolling or how to get things set up or anything else in high level. I'm going to take a look at I'm going to take a look into that WhatsApp integration and have some more answers for you guys on Tuesday. What might be a best practice for that? I see Chad is going to join us here too. So go that way, and then we should have a beta rolling of the new Tango card integration as well for next week. So that should be good too. I have a couple agencies working on it right now, so we'll see how that goes. And then yeah, if you guys have any more questions, thoughts, or ideas, make sure to fire them my way, and I'm happy to answer anything that we can get done.
That's good.
Chad, how's your week been? We got Chad and Nathan here. They didn't say anything, so I want to say hi.
Good, thank you.
Right on. What kind of stuff have you been working on?
I'm just starting, so it's just like I'm getting overwhelmed by all of the different apps and connections and stuff. So just trying to see what options are out there and what I can do.
Oh yeah, okay. So our primary thing is we've got a two customer facing things, which is like a loyalty and reward system, and then we also
Right.
review and referral system as well with like loyalty points and all that kind of fun stuff for
What's the
local
website?
businesses. Probably easiest to go check out GHL Power Tools. I'll throw it in there, but then also throw in I'll put it in chat here. And then I'll throw in our loyalty and reward system as well. You can loyalty _and _rewards. So they need a little bit of updating because we keep updating things
Right.
weekly, but finishing up a restaurant promotion here. We're just kind of talking about that and maybe the best way for people who are working with restaurants or retail businesses on how to capture the transaction amount from customers who are coming in. And we have a couple of really good suggestions right now. We use SMS and email to follow up with them and just ask them how much they spent, which for the most part works pretty well. And then we've got another integration coming for a rewards card, which is kind of like Starbucks and Best Buy and all those kind of things. If your customers don't have an idea of what they want to give away, they can give away gift cards too. So what niche are you thinking of working with? Or are you working with?
No, home service.
Oh yeah, okay. Awesome. One of the things I would like to get done too is having an integration for a print on demand for home service businesses too, so they can give away hats or shirts or any kind of promotion stuff like that to their customers. I think that would be another great step in the right direction.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just kind of looking at your referral system. So you have a component built in where they get an ID or something. So there's a quick link where they can post to their social media with the link back to our site. Is that what that happens?
Yeah. So we actually have two different ones, and I got to do some updates to version 1. But version 1 with the review and referral system in there, they have a link in there that they can share out to social media, and it ties them back. And so they can earn a point for every person they refer, or earn a point that if somebody comes in off social media. So they can share a link out to social media, and then somebody clicks on that, goes to a form where they can fill out to get more information to work with the business. That one. And then we also have our loyalty and reward system has a more robust referral system built into it, along with like tracking loyalty points. That one you can give as many points as you want for different things. You can give tiered rewards. So if the person that they refer does something, you can give both people points kind of thing for it. More kind of like an affiliate system, but it's not tied directly to a month, like an amount of how much somebody spends.
The is the lead, does that count as a point? So if somebody refers, they click the link and it goes over and they just get a quote or something.
Yeah.
Can you set that up for that? They get a point just for somebody checking us out.
Totally. So for with the loyalty program, loyalty and rewards, we have 3 different levels in there. So there's an invite. So if I just invite somebody to check out a business, I can earn a point for that. If that person fills out a form and asks for a quote or an estimate or whatever, that person then becoming a lead, I can earn points for that person becoming a lead. And then also once that person pays and checks out, then I can earn points for that person actually being a customer.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. How would they get points just for referring?
So
What's the
inside
trigger?
of our rewards backend, I'll share my screen here. They have there's just a referral form inside of our rewards backend here in the dashboard. Let's go to rewards.
Oh, they're sending a form out, or they're submitting a
Yeah, they're
form.
just submitting a form.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
But if they post to social media, that's not, and people click the link, that they don't get points for every one of those things.
no, not for somebody clicking the link, but we do have it set up to give them points if they share out to social media, and they can earn however many points you want to give them per 24 hours kind of thing.
Oh,
So, like, let's say, for
that's cool.
example, somebody somebody shares out to clicks the link to share out to Facebook, they can earn 5 points or something like that for sharing if they logged into their dashboard and shared out. But it won't let them get those points again within 24-hour period.
Got you. And I'm assuming we could set up how many each action's points are worth, and then those points are worth dollar wise. We have all that ability.
Yeah, so we have under here we have point settings, and this fills out custom values, but you can come in here and you can fill out the points for every different thing. So we have B2B points and we have B2C points. So B2B would be like having like an affiliate, more like an affiliate, having a complimentary company who you're working with, sending you customers kind of thing.
Right.
You can give them a certain amount of points. They might have a higher quantity of points or quantity of customers that they could send you. So you can give them the same amount of points or less points or whatever. And then in our dashboard here, it would say their business name. So for example, in here, this is earn commercial rewards. But yeah, so basically the same thing. So you get your link here, which you can share out. This is the loyalty and rewards one. Here is if I invite a customer using this form, it'll give me points for that. And then sharing out on social media. If I click to share out on social, no, there's no way to completely track whether they actually shared or not. But if they came here, clicked on this, and opened it up, then you can give them points.
It will track if they came through the system that way.
Yeah, but it will track because it is sharing out the actual. It's sharing out this URL.
Gotcha.
Here.
So does that if they share something, does it go to their own personal landing page? So it's just like John's rewards, and then there we could actually have an offer for that person to finish booking, so they get something too, or how's that work?
Not. So everybody who shares out, it comes to this page. We do have the referral ID tracked in here. So there's a hidden field in here that will that we know that person has referred somebody. Now you could put up not necessarily specifically, I guess, John's rewards, but see, because we came from a commercial one, we're pulling out Think Big Studios there. So if it was John, it would say John's friends are our friends.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then when they fill out this form, John would get a notification saying that the person he referred or invited just filled out a form, kind of thing.
Gotcha. And then there's the offer too to get that person to convert.
Yeah, the way we have it set up is to give them points, but inside of the automation, if you wanted to give them something else like let's say, for example, as a hair salon or something like that, get 10% off your next haircut kind of thing, you could do that too.
Oh.
I mean,
10% off
whatever.
The new lead.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want. I mean, if you wanted to give them, hey, you just did this, we gave you 1,000 points, kind of thing. And then inside of here, once they have points that they can redeem.
I get it.
I'm not sure who is. There we go. The business itself can set up points.
Oh, there it is.
They can set up points. So once John has earned, however many points that you want to give for doing for whatever. I mean, these ones are set up pretty low, so 51 points, 100 points, 200 points. But you can set this up however you want, and that's like through this reward leaderboard.
Gotcha.
Here, manage.
You have that tied to like a rewards card that gets emailed to them or emailed to them?
Yeah, it's not a rewards card that gets emailed to them. It's just tracked all the way through high level here. So we know how many points that they have.
Right.
And then if they claim this reward, here,
Okay.
like, so for example, I'm not going to claim that one. Let's claim this one. It'll deduct the 100 points from my account here. And then this one here is going to generate a voucher that they can then bring into the business and say, hey, I redeemed my 100 points or whatever from referring customers to you guys. Can I get like $100 gift card or whatever it is? Then the
Gotcha.
business scans this QR code and they can process it, or they can also come into here, which is manage redemptions. And they'll see that there's that gift card that we just redeemed right there, kind of thing. And then
Okay.
that's the same code as up there,
Gotcha.
kind of
Would
thing.
we get
So,
notification if they redeem something?
yes, they do. If they
Okay.
redeem that voucher, does the business get the notification or?
Yeah, the business, because it's home service, so they can't bring it to us. So we'd have to get an alert, and the page would have to basically say, okay, we're going to apply this to your next service or
Oh
whatever,
yeah.
maybe.
So let's see. In here we can, if it's not set up, we can totally do that. So, redeem reward points here. I think I'll get an email here shortly that says you just redeemed 100
Something
points
good.
there. So, so this is where the contact redeem points. We're going to send an internal notification here to the company that says this contact has just redeemed this many points for this reward on this date.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
they can see that. That just sends them an email right now, but you can set it up as a task. You can set it up as any other kind of notification that you want to integrate into any other kind of system. This will shortly send me an email saying that I redeem points.
Right. And I think you were mentioning this before about pricing. So if something's coming through on QuickBooks or Stripe or Zapier,
Yeah.
like especially if maybe you wanted to get, at the very least, you just want to track that there was a sale, right? I guess then they get a higher point if there's actually a sale. But if it's a recurring and you want to give them a percentage of that, right? Or you give them
the system is very flexible.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of setup to get to possibly do, like, if you wanted to do something that we don't already have set up, but it's totally doable. Right here, we can give points for anything that you want. Basically, we do have a webhook that is just basically give points. So anything that you can put through high level, you can give them points for any action that you want. We have customers who, if a client watches a video for 80% of a video, we can give them points for watching a video, for checking in, doing so many different things. And we just have a webhook here that you can just set up and then change the percentage or change the amount here. And this can just be a custom value too, or some kind of custom field that you guys calculate that would give them points based on that too.
That's pretty powerful. And then I guess as far as broadcasting, you could maybe set something up where it sends reminders every month or something if they have a balance in their account, or to remind them to refer out.
There's a monthly reminder, no visit, but we do have one where they get a reminder for their points. I just can't remember exactly where it is right now. So there is. They get a monthly reminder telling them how many points that they have. And then we also have a loyalty card in here as well too. So it's like the buy 10, get one free kind of thing. Their monthly points here and redeem rewards points.
Gotcha.
So that'll send them a message letting them know that they have points and to go add more. One thing that we are adding that's on the timeline here is adding expiry to points too. Haven't exactly figured out 100% how we're going to do that, but when we give them points, being able to track that and let them know, hey, you've had your points for a year and you haven't used them, they're going to expire, so you better use them, kind of thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. And you can auto put them in the system without them having to, Like you could just enable them and then send them a notice, hey, here's your referral program. Log
Yeah,
in.
absolutely. So technically anybody who is a contact in the system is part of the reward system. Because what we're doing is we're using their contact ID from high level as the referral ID. So we
Gotcha.
don't have to do anything special for it. So this is this person's referral ID. I think this is just another fake one I made, but because this is our demo account or snapshot account, but yeah, so it just uses the referral ID. So you could, yeah, just anybody in here, you can send them a message that says welcome to the reward system and send them a link that goes to their dashboard here, log in to earn points. And then you can also give them points for that too. What if we're giving points, like to say like drip out the number of people. There was one time we tried to do, I think it was 10,000 at once, and it slowed things down a lot. Kind of thing, just because our system got flagged as a like a DDoS attack kind of thing, because high level sent
Right.
like, yeah, it was
So
like
many.
1,000 a second for, or 1,000 a minute for, or something like that. It was like 1,000 a second for like,
That's cool. They could actually get points just for signing up and visiting the page just to get familiar with it.
yeah, absolutely. So you can have them register for as a rewards member. If you want, we've got QR codes that they can scan and everything too, or you can just have the contacts in there and say, hey, we're implementing a new rewards program. Here we've given you, 50 points to start, log in to go see how you can earn more points.
Gotcha. And so I guess it'd also be set up too if you have the loyalty program says coming soon, but it's up and running. It sounds like
Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, maybe does it say coming soon on the page?
it says roadmap. That's fine.
Oh,
But
the loyalty cards.
yeah, but
Yeah,
so
you
if
have to update.
they check out on get an invoice on QuickBooks or Stripe or something, I can send a trigger over to their own field, so it's like counts as another. And then would it gonna work that way? Where like, oh, you get here's your 10th purchase, so now you get something.
Yeah, you could do something like that too. I've basically the loyalty card is like a stamp card that you'd get like a coffee shop or
Yeah, but
a
it can be
place where
triggered based on a Stripe or a QuickBooks, not
yeah,
a physical
if you
scan.
want to do that, you could totally do that
That's
too.
awesome.
Yeah, so you could just give stamps for what, again, we could set it up so you could give stamps however you like. This one's more kind of like show up at the business, kind of get your stamp kind of thing.
Right.
And we have it set up so that the business would scan a QR code and then give them however many stamps, up to I think 4 stamps at a time for something that they've done.
Right.
Um,
But for us, we could trigger that stamp based on a purchase. They've had
yeah, if you wanted
for
to, I would mostly just stick with like, I mean, you could totally do that. Yeah.
yeah, just
It's
because we don't
just,
have the ability to meet, we're never seeing them. So
yeah, so
yeah,
under
it's all
automation, you would have under loyalty cards, automation. Inside here, there's just basically add stamps. So if you set up something else, some kind of other automation that just gave a stamp for each time that they show up or make a purchase or something like that, you could do that if you want.
oh yeah, it's pretty powerful. Okay. You mentioned the printing. I'm sure you're not doing this, but one of the things I always thought in mind would be cool if you could mail them some physical like cards,
Yeah.
with their own personal QR codes. Because I think, man, that's very labor intensive. I could probably print it and do some sort of script where it like switches out the QR codes or something. And then they have something to give somebody. Hey, use this and you get $25 off your next service. And then they use it and they're using that as QR code, so it gets referred back to them.
Yeah, I mean, if we could find a print on demand company to do that, I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem to do at all.
Yeah,
I haven't even researched it yet or not.
that's cool.
I know it's
Okay,
just
and
something
so
that
it's
we've been
197 a
discussing.
month or 1997 lifetime value, lifetime.
Yeah, so that's so the way that works is this loyalty system here is $69 a month per location that you're doing.
Okay.
Our Power Tools bundle, which does have three sub account licenses as part of it, is either 197 or 1997 for full thing. And then the 1997 has a whole bunch of stuff in there, like review. Like I think you can see most of the stuff there. There's some stuff that's in the upcoming that I think needs to be transferred over to the finished already.
Gotcha. Okay, so yes, you can do $69 per account for this, or you could bundle it to 197 and get the whole package, or pay 1997 for just the full thing, one-time purchase.
Yeah, so for rewards, it's still like so with Power Tools, you get three loyalty and reward licenses
Gotcha.
with it kind of thing. Those ones are lifetime. So if you do the 197 whenever you have there, that's basically this works out to like 200, that would be like $210 worth of loyalty and reward locations kind of thing that gets included in here. And if you do the lifetime, you just get that kind of thing. So it's a ton of savings down the road if you're planning on doing loyalty and rewards for multiple locations. And then as you grow and you add more like home service companies that you want to do loyalty and rewards for, all that kind of stuff, then you charge them $300 a month for a loyalty and reward system, and then you pay us 69. And then we have
Gotcha.
a tiered thing too. So the more you buy, or the more locations you have, the cheaper it gets.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so we could start with the 197 just to test it all out, and if everything
For
was
sure.
running, then we could upgrade to the lifetime one.
Yep, you could totally do that.
Okay, and as far as setup, how much is it to set up?
So it does take it depends on exactly what you want to do. With it, there's quite a few different components. What our goal right now is to build out niche specific snapshots that we're doing right now, or we're finishing up our restaurant one. So that we can get that out to everybody. But if you want help setting up a home services one, definitely able to help you do that as well.
Okay, yeah, there's just a cost and time to that, right?
Yeah, so it's just part of it is if we can set that up. I mean, that's something we can offer the rest of our community as well. That something being able to offer loyalty rewards for home services type thing. And then I think it's just an ongoing thing. So I think that would be good. But I forget what I was gonna say. Sorry.
Oh, just the time and the cost to implement something like this with the different components we talked about.
So to set up something like this, if you you kind of have your thing dialed in and create a little snapshot of it, it's not that long. You basically just have to go and fill out custom values for it. So inside of I'll just show you our back end here too. So I know going to go set it up, I can have it set up within like half an hour kind of thing. I can have a customer's thing set up for them. That includes what takes time is sometimes like creating some graphics, creating what is your offer that you're giving away, that kind of stuff. Those things take a little bit more time to fill out. And then just finding out if you're working with a customer, what points values are you giving for different tiers, or like for different rewards kind of thing.
Right.
So under smart rewards here, everything can be filled out mostly through custom values, and we have a custom values editor here. So you go through and you can fill out the points values, you can set out the passwords, you can upload graphics and stuff like that for pretty much all the funnel pages and what you're offering there. And then what you would do after you do that, we do have a settings thing here, just to whatever you want to show in the leaderboard, which is the link on the side here. You can pick that, and then you can also manage rewards. Now, if you're setting it up for yourself or for customers, you're going to want to go in and add in the reward levels in here too.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
all that stuff takes a little bit of time, to set up. But if you have an idea of what you're doing and how you want to set it up and what kind of reward system you want to launch for your customer,
Gotcha.
you're off to the races. And then we have training and a scope of work that you can go through that tells you all the custom values and what they do and how you can use it, kind of thing too.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're trying to make it as easy as possible. So every day we're making it a little bit easier to get up and running faster.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, we're just getting started with Go High Level. So once we get the basics down, I'll circle back and deploy this, because we started with another platform where their premise was you get $1 for the referral. So if you a mention, right? If you mention, and that's just to encourage people to mention, and then you get a
Yeah.
point. So, but I like this better because it looks like it's built within the system, so it's more seamless. Looks like.
Yeah, and then you have so much flexibility of what you want to do. And I think with having the flexibility to do whatever you want to do,
I
might
will
have
go
a little
crazy.
bit of a learning curve kind of thing. But we're trying to make it set up so that out of the box, you're mostly ready to go. And when we originally set this up, it was for a carpet cleaning company. So a lot of the stuff are there for the home service kind of industry. And then when we're modifying it and everything like that for all the different little niches that we can use it for.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey man, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for jumping on.
All right, thanks.
Hey, Michael, did you have another question?
Yeah, I wanted to follow up on that. Yeah, every time I touch something in here, it looks like people are dropping off. I don't know if I've done something
Oh,
or
it's just no, it's like we've been on
something.
for an hour and 20 minutes now. So
Yeah, and actually that is perfect because like my question is ultimately you're doing all this time to answer committing all this time to answer our questions and maybe it's my questions, maybe it's not only my questions, but I have very specific niche,
yeah,
ideas that may or may not be useful to other people. I wonder, I guess really two questions. One, can I pay you for your time and or
sure.
like to implement to do like to like
Oh yeah,
formally do some
absolutely.
of this for me instead of just
If there's some of the
queuing up
stuff that you
hours?
want to do and you're like, hey, how can we set this up? Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Um,
you should
I help
offer a
people
done
with
for you thing is what I is
yeah,
really like I'm
yeah,
thinking.
sorry, I don't have that out there, but yeah, we do. So if there's something that somebody wants done that's custom, yeah, shoot me a message and I can give you a quote for it and they get that built or implemented or whatever you want to do. Yeah,
I think I would love that, and I think there's a revenue opportunity for you there. Um,
yeah.
you deserve to be paid for your time, in my opinion, right? Obviously,
Uh,
we're all business people here. Anyway, second question: if if I don't have something specific, and instead I'm trying to sort of climb that curve myself, and
mhm.
implementing and understanding the lower level pieces, would you entertain the idea of a session dedicated to walking through setting something up with a group call?
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
like like I have a few different things. It would be a dummy account, and like we try to achieve two or three specific things. Like I think that would really help me. So I assume maybe it would
Yeah,
help others as well.
I would be down for doing that if we do, even if we just wanted to pick like one of the Tuesday or Thursday calls and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through and set this all up. We could totally do that too. I mean, I can create another workshop day too, where we actually just sit down and hammer some stuff out.
Cool. I would absolutely love that. And I want to be, here we are,
Maybe we can plan it for like
excited
next week or something like that.
yeah. I mean, like maybe I find myself taking up a lot of the screen time on this, and it's your show, and I don't want to do that, and other people. But same
I
flip
think a
side of
lot
the
of people get
coin.
value from the questions that are asked too, just to see what else they can do and if they have any other ideas. So, yeah, we'll just stick around until people stop asking questions, kind of thing for the day. So I think it's all good.
I wonder if we polled your group, what sort
Yeah,
of feedback. I mean, you may be doing this already. You probably are, but
not.
anyway, cool, man. That's all my questions. You're the best. Appreciate your
Yeah,
time.
so I'll have something put together that maybe for I'll check my schedule and see what's gonna be best, and then we can do like an hour or two or something like that next week and go over like a full setup.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
And
Yeah, I'm cool with that for sure. And if
if
we
you,
want to add stuff or it'll be cool if we did this or cool if we did that. Yeah, let's do it.
cool, cool. All right.
Maybe I'll shoot for Wednesday's usually a pretty good day. Is that all right? Or yeah, let's just chat. Let's see how
Yeah,
that works.
let's chat. Let's chat. We'll
Okay,
figure it out.
sounds good. Okay. Cool. Well, you have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you jumping on, and hope everybody else has a great rest of your day too. All right. Talk to you soon, man.
Yeah, like